Well, hello, I'm back. It was some nice time away, but it does feel really good to be back and getting stuff going. I'm walking down now to a water shut-off, trying to figure out what exactly it shuts off. So I had it off for a while, I think, so we're gonna go flip it back to where it was, since I know everything was working when I had it that way, and then we're gonna try and chase it down later on. But it's getting a little cloudy and it's supposed to rain a little bit, so that's why I'm gonna come out and do that now. We also have our work day coming up on Saturday. Hopefully, well, by the time you see this video, it will already have happened. So hopefully you came to it and it was really good and the weather is going to be awesome. You can see we have some large piles of mulch in certain areas. All of that mulch is for the work day. So we're gonna get that spread and moved here. I think sounds like Joe's on the tractor now, back there behind the oaks, getting stuff set up. So, and this is where we're having some problems with water. So we're trying to figure out what's going on with that. Like I said, I have that off right now, and it looks like it's slowing down actually. So we're gonna maybe leave it where it's at and wait this out and see what's happening. And then earlier today, I took a Menards run to get some supplies for the workday. Working down at the pond, we're going to be building the dock. We're going to outfit the dock so that we can have a kayak pull up into it and kiddos can get in and out that way, so it's a little bit more stable of a platform for them. And then the other thing we need to do down there is build the kayak rack in the kayak shack. So stay tuned, maybe later this week we'll get some of that going. We have some outdoor ed groups starting up Thursday and Friday, which is great. We have some groups coming Saturday, which is awesome, so we do have some stuff we need to get done for them, just to make it a little bit more ready for them. Things are looking really good though. So yeah, that's just a little bit of an update of what we're doing on this wonderful Tuesday at Camp Manitoba, getting ready for our work day and for our groups coming in. So we will talk to you later. This just in. We need to get the big bulk tank out of the chlorine room. So Nate's gonna come down and help me in a minute. We're gonna push it out and get it ready. The guys from our pool house, the pool place, is gonna come and see if they can tighten up the bulkhead at the bottom so we don't have any drips this summer. So we'll get that recorded and you'll probably watch it at like 20 times speed. Good morning on this beautiful Wednesday. I want to show you this, but I don't know if it'll come through on the camera very well. If you look through the grass there, you'll see some dandelions, but you'll also see a bunch of wildflowers. This is the time of year that they are coming out in force, so we try not to mow for a little bit so that those wildflowers can get some purchase and hopefully do their thing so that they come back bigger and better next year. There's a nice little patch of trillium just past that tree in the foreground there. Trillium are those little red flowers with 3 leaves. So yeah, so we're making headway. We got a lot of stuff moved for Saturday for the volunteer work day, which is always an exciting day. And then I'm going down now. We're going to do the tarp at the skim pad. It needs to get fixed up a little bit. It got pushed by the water a few weeks ago. We had a lot of rain and the water was flowing through the creek and it broke its banks and it got up high enough that it pushed the tarps for super slides all cattywampus. So we're gonna get that looking good again, and then we're off to do some cleaning and whatnot. So it is Wednesday. And yeah, it's always exciting here at camp. We always have great stuff to do and good stuff going on. We have some volunteers here who come pretty much every week, and then we have a new group of volunteers that are coming today for the first time, so praying that that goes really well and they feel like they are being productive and helpful. It's just crazy when we have volunteers, the amount of work that gets done that would take us literally months to do. and it gets done in like a few hours or a day. So it's just such a blessing to have such dedicated and helpful volunteers. So I'm going to show you a quick peek of the skim pad tarp now, and then we'll see if we get a little video shot or something of the after. So right now you can see it's kind of a hot mess. So we're going to get this taken up, fixed, and the new one put down. Alright, you probably can't see up here so well because it's not great lighting, but I mentioned that we had water down here when the creek flooded. So you can see, based on the dirt on the bottom of the tube here, the water went up there probably a good 10-15 feet. So there was a lot of water. If you could just imagine, this was all probably ankle deep, yeah, ankle to mid-shin deep water flowing through here. So glad it went down, and I'm glad that where the creek runs on our grounds, it impacts stuff, but it's not major, super major impacts. So, and yeah, it's looking good down here. We're gonna get some of this stuff cleaned up soon, so that'll be really nice to get that cleaned up and moved out of here, and just going to town, trying to get grounds ready as we do our spring cleaning. Easier though, because you just slow roll into it. Woo! Good morning, it's Friday before the work day tomorrow, our volunteer work day. I got Tom here with me. It's also his birthday, so everyone say happy birthday. I got my Homer Simpson donut, and we're just going to drive around grounds a little bit and look at a couple projects for tomorrow. We'll show you some of that, and then I'll probably put the work day in next week's video so that I can get this one posted. So be on the lookout in the next video for what happens on work day. And if you're not here this year for it, maybe there'll be some incentive for you to come next year to our work day, or in the spring, or in the fall, I mean, when we have our work day. So it is always, I think I've said it already once in this video, and if I did, maybe I'll edit this out, but it's just amazing. Like, I'm just gonna, around grounds, how it looks now, we got piles of wood chips. The grass does look great because Tom mowed it yesterday. But we have stuff everywhere. We have branches down, and it just needs some spring cleaning. And after this day, it's always amazing to watch how these grounds are transformed and prepared for our groups and for summer to come. So it is just such a blessing for families and for anyone who shows up to these volunteer days and helps us out. So just lots of gratitude and thankful for them and for the work that gets done by their hands. So, and for God for bringing you here. So it's just, we're really thankful. All right, we'll catch you later when we look at projects. This is one of the fun projects that you might get to do if you're here on a volunteer work day. We had a lot of rain about 2 weeks ago, and it washed a giant hole on the other side of the pond bridge, and so that's why you can see sunlight through there. So we have a big old pile of riprap that our volunteers and Tom are going to move into these holes to fill this back in. And then we have a plan with some very great guys that are going to help us solidify this and make it more water resistant when the dam gets that high, or when the water gets that high over the dam. But you can see on the bridge here, there's remnants of sticks and leaves and things like that. On that Friday night that we got all that rain, the water was coming over the top of this wooden bridge. So let's take a quick walk. Here's the aftermath of the creek. They're also going to move some stones and stuff like that to get this put back together. But the dam's doing what it's supposed to, and it's coming over the top, which is really great. So that's kind of a nice feature. But on this side, I wanted to show you how high this water was You can see this is some of the stuff that washed down the creek into the pond, and we got that big old branch. I guess that's kind of a tree over by the willow that washed through. You can see all the debris on the front of the bridge. It was all pushing through here, and then this is the hole from this side. But that water was a good 2.5, 3 feet higher than it is right now when we had all that rain coming in. So, you know, water just kind of does what it wants, and then we have to deal with what it leaves behind. So hopefully we'll get this buttoned up and looking really great, because something really cool coming this summer in the pond. We're going to add the fountain in right about there again. We're going to put a dock in over there, and I've already started modifying our dock because we're going to have kayaking. So we have like little 6 foot or 6.5 foot kayaks that kids will be able to go and kayak around the pond. So I'm really looking forward to that. It'll be a little different than the rubber rafts that we used to have.